Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. These are the top headlines from our newsroom today. Evening lockdown resumes from today. Last of 4 missing persons found in the Sultanate. Inflation in Oman rises marginally. Reports of workers' rights violations registered lately. Oman's municipality to launch e-government services. Oman's foreign ministry sent condolences to flood-hit India. UK reports another 31,795 COVID-19 cases. Tunisia reports record daily of COVID-19 deaths. Palestine says teen protester shot dead by Israeli soldiers. From Tokyo Olympics 2020, we'll be having a quick review of gold medals. T20 Cricket World Cup hosts look forward to matches in the Sultanate. These were the top headlines from our news studio today. Let's see how the weather condition looks like in the Sultanate from a weather update.
This is Meetha Shukeli with today's weather update, and right now I'm reporting from inside the TFM studio in Al Khuair. Before we move on to our weather update, here is our fact for the day. A 2003 heat wave caused grapes to turn into raisins before they were even picked from the vine. That is our fact for the day, and now let's take a look at how the weather will be like in the Sultanate. According to Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation Authorities, there will be clear to partly cloudy skies along the coastal areas of Afar and adjoining mountains with intermittent drizzle. And there will be chances of clear to partly cloudy skies along the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea. And now let's take a look at how the weather will be like in all the governorates. Muscat will be sunny, temperatures between 42 to 34 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be sunny, temperatures between 43 to 33 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batana will be sunny, temperatures between 43 to 31 degrees Celsius. South Al-Batana will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 44 to 32 degrees Celsius. Al-Buraymi will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 43 to 33 degrees Celsius. Al-Dhahira will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 43 to 32 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhiliya will experience thunder showers, temperatures between 41 to 27 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiyya will experience thunder showers, temperatures between 40 to 26 degrees Celsius. South Al-Sharqiyya will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 43 to 30 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 40 to 27 degrees Celsius. And Dhofar will experience thunder showers, temperatures between 26 to 25 degrees Celsius.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now from a local desk. The lockdown that runs from 4 a.m. to 5 p.m. every night is once again into effect and will continue until Saturday, 31st July 2021. During this period, people are not permitted to move outside their homes, while commercial activities are prohibited from operating. The new timings for the evening ban came into effect on 16th July and ran until the 19th, after which a complete 4-day lockdown was instituted during the Eid al-Adha holidays. The complete lockdown ended at 4 a.m. on the morning of Saturday, the 24th. People are expected to follow the above lockdown timings now that the long Eid weekend has ended. According to Oman's Government Communications Center statement, it said that, "Thank you for your commitment, and we remind you that the evening closure of commercial activities and the ban on the movement of individuals and vehicles will continue from 5 in the evening until 4 in the morning until July 31st. Now, after searching for 10 continuous days, the Civil Defense and Ambulance Authority, commonly known as CDAA, has found the body of the 4th and last missing person in the Vilayat of Sur. A statement issued online by the CDAA said, after intensive efforts and large-scale researches that lasted for 10 continuous days and using modern techniques carried out by the search teams of the Civil Defense and Ambulance Authority and field teams of the Special Tasks Police in the Governorate of South Al-Sharqiyya, The body of the fourth and last missing person in the Vilayat of Sur was found. The inflation rate in the Sultanate of Oman in June 2021 increased by 1.25% compared to the corresponding month last year, according to statistics on the standard figures for consumer prices issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information. The inflation rate also increased by 0.02% compared to May 2020, according to the same statistics. The increase of the price index in June 2021 compared to the corresponding month in 2020 is ascribed to the increase in prices in the main groups such as transport, which increased by 5.72%, increase in varied commodities and services grew by 3.30%, tobacco group by 2.96%, culture and entertainment group by 1.61%, garments and shoes group by 0.31%, education and health group by 0.08%, residence, water, electricity, gas and other fuels group by 0.07%. On the other hand, the prices of food items and non-alcoholic drinks decreased by 0.58%, and restaurants and hotels group decreased by 0.2%, and communications group decreased by 0.09%. 5 reports of workers' rights violation have been recorded by the General Federation of Oman Workers, commonly known as GFOW, from July 11 to July 15, 2021. According to the Federation, reports included violations like deduction of wages, forcing workers to go on unpaid leave, deduction of leaves during the quarantine period, and notifications of termination of service. According to the statement, it said that there are a total of 17 settlement records and collective work agreements through meetings of work teams in the governorates. Officials are assigned to follow up and review workforces who terminated their services from July 11th to July 15, 2021. Now, services such as the approval of building plans and obtaining building permits will be launched by the Dhofar municipality through its website. As part of its efforts to simplify procedures and use modern technologies, the Dhofar municipality will launch in the coming weeks the service of approving building plans and obtaining building permits through the municipality's website, Oman News Agency said in a statement. ONA also added that the Dhofar municipality is currently continuing the third phase of the environmental sanitation campaign. The municipalities of the Vilayats have been provided with vehicles and equipment necessary to carry out the work of removing waste and fumigation in residential areas, utilities and public roads. Oman's Foreign Ministry has expressed condolences and sympathy to the friendly Republic of India for the victims of the torrential rains and floods that swept the state of Maharashtra. A statement issued online by the Oman News Agency said the Foreign Ministry expressed the Sultanate's condolences and sympathy to the friendly Republic of India, the government and people, and to the families of the victims in the torrential rains and floods that swept the state of Maharashtra, and wished a speedy recovery for the injured. Until Saturday, a total of 44 bodies have been recovered from the debris of the Mahad landslide in Maharashtra's Raigad district from 2 different locations. This was all from a local desk for today. It's time for us to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates coming your way from International Desk. Welcome back to TTV, watching Midday Update. And now from International Desk. Britain has reported another 31,795 coronavirus cases in the latest 24-hour period, according to official figures released on Saturday. The latest data were revealed as further targeted daily contact testing is being rolled out in England to frontline emergency services and some transport workers in order to avoid any potential disruption to crucial services, according to a statement by Britain's Department of Health and Social Care. Following clinical trial results, daily contact testing will be rolled out to further critical workplaces in England so that the contacts who would otherwise be self-isolating can instead take daily tests with an expected initial additional 200 testing sites, the statement said. Now, Tunisia has reported a record daily of COVID-19 deaths on Saturday with 370 new fatalities, bringing the death toll from the virus to 18,369. The tally of infections in the North African country rose by 5,624 to 563,930, while the number of recoveries from the coronavirus reached 457,597, according to its health ministry. A total of 2,154,063 lab tests have been carried out in Tunisia, said the ministry. During an emergency meeting held on Friday, Tunisian President Kais Saied expressed his dissatisfaction with the failure of the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic and ordered the review of a series of actions proved ineffective, according to a presidency statement. More than 1 million doses of vaccine against COVID-19 will arrive in Tunisia, and 5 million Tunisians will be vaccinated in the coming weeks, said Said. Palestinian authorities on Saturdays claimed that a teenager was shot dead by Israeli soldiers at a protest over alleged illegal Israeli settlements in West Bank. Al Jazeera reported, quoting the Palestinian Health Ministry, that 17-year-old Mohammed Munir al-Tamimi, who suffered gunshot wounds, succumbed later in hospital. The Red Crescent said 320 Palestinians were injured in the clashes, including 21 by live fire, 68 by rubber-tipped bullets, and many other by tear gas. The area has seen regular demonstrations against illegal settlement expansion on Palestinian land. The Israeli army said its soldiers had responded with riot dispersal means after Palestinians hurled rocks at them. Israel said 2 of its soldiers were likely injured in the violence. Hundreds of Palestinians attended the teenager's funeral in the occupied West Bank, Al Jazeera reported, further citing Palestinian media. Once again, it's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates coming your way from a sports desk.
The 2020 Summer Olympics will be held in Tokyo from July 24 to August 9. It is the second time Japan will be hosting the Summer Olympics, 56 years since it first received the honor of organizing the Games in 1964. And the 1964 Summer Olympics was the first time the Games were held in Asia.
Talking about the ongoing Tokyo Olympics, let's have a look at the gold medals received by the countries so far. Ahmed Hafnoui won Tunisia's first gold at the Tokyo Olympic Games in the men's swimming 400 meters freestyle today. The 18-year-old Tunisian became an Olympic champion in his first appearance in 3 minutes and 43.36 seconds, 0.16 seconds ahead of his Aussie component. American swimmer Chase Kells touched home first in 4 minutes and 0.42 seconds to win gold in the men's 400-meter individual medley at the Tokyo Olympics today as well. This is the first swimming gold of Tokyo 2020 and the first gold for Team US. Moreover, Japanese swimmer Yue Ohashi claimed the women's 400-meter individual medley title at the Tokyo Olympic Games on Sunday as well. Ohashi burst into tears after winning in 4 minutes and 32.08 seconds. Coming more from swimming, Australia beat its own world record to win women's 4 into 100-meter freestyle relay gold at the Tokyo Olympic Games today. Touching home in 3 minutes and 29.69 seconds, the team sliced 0.36 seconds off the previous world record. Russian markswoman Vitalina won the women's 10-meter air pistol gold at the Tokyo Olympics with an Olympic record of 240.3 points. World champion Yuto Horigome became the first ever skateboarding Olympic champion as the Japanese triumphed in men's street competition today. Scoring 37.18 points, the 22-year-old beat Calvin of Brazil by 1.03 points for the gold medal. Now talking about the other gold medals on Saturday, South Korea yesterday dominated the sport of archery. The debut mixed event saw An Sen 20 and the 17-year-old partner Kim Ji-deok beat the Dutch pair of Gabriella and Steve 5-3 from one set down to take the gold at the Yumanoshima Park Archery Field. China were the first to claim gold at Tokyo 2020 as Yang Qian beat Anastasia Galashina of the Russia Olympic Committee in a tense women's 10-meter air rifle final. Ji Huihu added a second goal for China after she topped the women's 49 kg weightlifting charts before Yuan Sun capped off a dream start with a third in the women's epi individual fencing. Elsewhere, Japan vanquished any hosting jitters they may have had by sealing their first gold in the men's 60 kg judo. Naruhisa Takato defeated Chinese Taipei's Yang Yongwei to send local fans into raptures. Ecuador sealed their second ever Olympic gold medal as cyclist Richard Carapaz defeated reigning Tour de France winner to win the 234-kilometer long time trial. And finally, Destria Krasniki of Kosonova prevented a second Japanese gold after she beat Funa Tunaki in the women's 48-kilogram judo final. Lastly, it is also worth mentioning that Mirabi Chanu won India's first medal at Tokyo Olympics with a silver in women's 49 kg weightlifting on Saturday, the first official day of action at the Games. Now let's see how the total tally looks like.
You don't know that we look.
Moving on, Oman is expected to hold some nail-biting games when the 2020 Cricket World Cup comes to the country in October this year, according to Jay Shah, the Honorary Secretary of the Board for Control of Cricket in India. Although Oman and the neighboring United Arab Emirates will hold the games at their venues, the BCCI remains the host of the World Cup after it was moved from India to the Middle East owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. As you know, the 2020 World Cup is a very exciting tournament. We are waiting for some nail-biting games, said Shah, who also serves as president of the Asian Cricket Council. He added that, "I am delighted to be in Oman. This is a proud moment for the people of the country as well as Oman, in the context of the country being awarded the joint venture rights to the tournament." He continued saying that, "It is a proud moment for me as well, as I have been able to introduce the first event of the International Cricket Council, commonly known as ICC, to the UAE as well as Oman." With this news, we have come to the end of the episode for today, but stay tuned as we'll be back with more updates and latest news tomorrow your way. Keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.